Welcome back to Learn Malay with Aaron. In our last lesson, you learned 5 essential Malay words that every beginner should know. If you haven't watched that video yet, make sure to click on the link at the top of your screen now. Today, we're going to learn some of the most common Malay words you'll hear every single day. Once you know these, understanding future lessons will become much easier. Let's start with a word you've actually been using since lesson 1. Saya, and it means I or me. Whenever you want to talk about yourself, the polite way to do it is by using saya. For example, going back to lesson 1, Nama saya, Aaron, or my name is Aaron. I can also say, Saya dari Malaysia, I from Malaysia. So, although saya may not be a brand new word, today you're learning what it actually means and how useful it really is.
So, I noticed you said that saya is a polite way to talk about yourself. Does that mean there are other ways to say I in Malay?
Great observation, Sarah, and yes, there are. In casual conversations, some people might use words like aku, especially when speaking with close friends or family. However, aku can sound too informal if you use it with someone you've just met. That's why I recommend learning saya first. It's polite, respectful, and appropriate in almost every situation. As you become more comfortable with Malay, you'll naturally learn when other words are appropriate. Next, let's learn the word awak, and it means you. Whenever you're speaking directly to another person, awak is one of the most common words you'll hear. For example, Awak dari mana? Or, where are you from? And just like saya, there are also many other words you can use to refer to you.
Oh, I've actually heard about this. Apparently there are words like anda and kamu. My concern is, if they all mean you, how do I know which one to use?
That's a question almost every beginner asks. The good news is that Malaysians are generally very understanding when foreigners are learning their language. Even if you choose a different word, people will usually appreciate that you're making the effort to speak Malay, rather than get offended if you use the wrong word. So don't worry too much about that. For beginners, I recommend learning awak first because it's friendly, widely understood, and works well in many everyday situations. Next, let's learn the word dia. Dia means both he and she, and we use it when referring to another person. One interesting feature of Malay is that it doesn't have separate words for male and female genders, the way languages like English, Spanish, German, or French do. This means that no matter if you're talking about your dad, sister, friend, you'll simply use the word dia.
I have a question. If dia can mean both he and she, how do we know the gender of the person in conversation?
Great question. Most of the time, the conversation makes it obvious. The Malay language relies on the context of the conversation to tell you who the speaker is referring to. For many learners, that's actually one less thing to worry about when speaking Malay, because the subject, which is the person being talked about, is mentioned in conversation. Now let's talk about more than one person. The word is Mereka, and it means they. So whenever you're referring to a group of people, Mereka is the word you'll usually use. For example, Mereka dari Australia. They are from Australia. Or Mereka dari Jepun. They are from Japan. Simple.
I just thought of something. In English, we also use they for animals or even objects sometimes. Can I use mereka the same way?
That's another great question. In Malay, mereka is mainly used when talking about people. If you're talking about animals or things, Malaysians will usually say the noun again instead of using mereka. So as a beginner, here's an easy rule to remember. If you're talking about people, use mereka. Let's do a quick review of everything we've learned today. Saya means I or me. Awak means you. Dia means he or she. And mereka means they. These may seem like simple words, but they're some of the most frequently used words in everyday Malay. The more you hear them, the more naturally you'll begin to recognize them in conversations. In our next lesson, we'll learn 2 very useful Malay words that both mean we, kita and kami. At first, they seem almost identical, but they actually have one important difference that every beginner should know. If you enjoyed today's lesson, don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss it. Until next time!